Hey, welcome back to the channel, you guys. I got my Bigfoot hat on because I want to talk about Bigfoot. There's a movie out that came out in 2012. It's only 90 minutes long, but it's called Bigfoot, The Lost Coast Tapes. Another one of those movies that I thoroughly enjoyed. I catch myself watching this movie all the time. And I got, everybody's got movies they like to watch over and over again. This has happened to be one of them. And I'll read the plot synopsis and we'll go from there. After a Bigfoot hunter claims to possess the body of a dead Sasquatch, a disgraced journalist takes his comeback and the lives of his documentary crew on proving the finding of this guy that claims that he has bagged a dead Sasquatch. So it's a girl and three guys, and they go off way off in somewhere up in California, and they get with this guy that lives way off secluded, and he claims he's bagged a dead Bigfoot. Well, this guy's trying to make a comeback. This journalist is. So he gives him all this money because he talks the bank into giving him this money because if he gets a nice documentary, he can get that on TV and he can get his career back up and running because he must have had a nice career at one time and it must be fading. So this will be a good chance for him to get back in the graces of whatever he's trying to do because he's a journalist. But anyway, he has a girl, which is a girl he used to date, and he's got his buddy, and then they got this other guy. Yeah, him, his buddy, and another guy because they wanted to get this one guy, it was a black dude who wanted to go. And it was so funny because when I was watching this movie, I like how he says, you guys are going to go up there and try to find a Bigfoot. He goes, and what's up there? He said, it was so funny because he said, Bigfoot. He goes, and he goes, just in case you're wondering, he goes, him and his other person that he was trying, there was a girl, the secretary, he goes, just in case you're wondering, we're black. And black people don't go up to camping in marshmallows and go up and search for Bigfoot. So he couldn't get that guy to go with him. So they got this other guy that was in this other room. And he goes, his name was Kevin. So they got this guy, Kevin, to take his place. But it was just so funny because I wouldn't do anything like that. I'd be like, nah, man, hey, black people don't be doing that kind of stuff, man. I'll just catch you guys when you come back, man. No offense, But it was so funny when they put that in there. It was so real. I love that part. But anyway, there's another one of those movies you guys are really thoroughly enjoying. And it's so cool because you never did get to see Bigfoot. Never. My daughter, I talked this up so bad that my daughter, she's 31 now, and she read it, and she texted me back. This is a few years back. She texted me, she goes, Dad, it was good until I didn't see Bigfoot. You never did get to see Bigfoot. I said, yeah, that's what made it so neat. It's because the whole time I'm watching this, I'm trying to see where Bigfoot's at. But there was parts in this movie where they were outside when they got to stay with this guy that was way out in the sticks. He had this perimeter of this fence around him, this electric fence with these high voltage and stuff and generator and stuff. And they had to sleep in these outhouses. And they had these, pots they had to poop and pee in. So I'd have been like, you know what, man? I'm going to use the restroom outside. I'm not using that pot. That's what I would have said because, man, the guy didn't even change him. They had to, it was gross. But anyway, they go out there, and so they interview the guy, and the whole time this guy's kind of like, they wanted to see this body. But he kept like, he had his buddy with him too as well. The guy that they went to go stay with had a guy, he was a tracker. And so they dropped him off and they had dinner and they sit over the campfire and he asked him, what was your encounter with with Bigfoot? So they was filming him. The guy that they were staying with, this guy claimed that he bagged a Bigfoot. So it's you got to watch it because if you're one of those kind of guys, people that likes to watch stuff and you get intrigued, it's a horror movie. And it's only 90 minutes long. But they're out there, man, and things just start going wrong after all. The same night they're interviewing the guy, they heard this noise, and then they went inside, and then all of a sudden they went in the house, and the guy's house that's supposed to have this dead Bigfoot somewhere stashed away, they started having big rocks thrown at his cabin and all that. So they spent the night. The next day, the guy that they were staying at his cabin, at his place. He took off in the car, and they was trying to chase him down, and he was like, they didn't hear him. So, they decided to do their own little, start filming and stuff like that. And then things just started going wrong after that. The guy came back with his tracker, and then the tracker guy was hurt very bad, and then they didn't believe it. They thought maybe he just might have fell, and he was trying to tell them that something attacked him. So they kind of got mad at the guy because they think the guy was scamming them, because they give this guy quite a bit of money to find this Bigfoot. So he decided to take him out there to see the Bigfoot guy, this Bigfoot that he bagged. Okay, so he takes him way out, and they go in this cave, and this cave gets flooded during the day. During the day, certain hours of the day, you can walk in this cave and walk around. Well, he claimed he had this so-called Sasquatch in this cave. Well, by the time they got there, it was starting to get dark, and the water was starting to come in, but they was trying to find something. Then all of a sudden, something brushed up against them, and then they tried to get, they ran out there, and then they heard all this noise, and then things just started going wrong after that. And then there was a part where they was filming the girl, and the girl got dragged out by something, and they thought it was a Bigfoot, but she thinks the Bigfoot, she said that I felt like the Bigfoot was trying to save me from something. And then there was a part where they were filming in the dark, and I know I seen these eyes roll by one of these people that they was filming. And they had that one guy named Kevin. He got tired. He left. He's like, he knew something wasn't right, because he could feel something wasn't right out there. So everything just went haywire after that. I mean, whatever's out there, man, these Bigfoots end up, they decided to leave. That's what they did. They decided to leave, and there was these great big redwoods that was in the way. So they said, how the heck did that fall? So then they couldn't get out. So then when they found this guy, the guy that owned the cabin, his name was Dryback. They started fighting, and he pulled a gun on him, and then he took the gun from him, and then he was trying to tell him, man, he was trying to tell him things are all messed up out there, and he's like, they was just freaking out over the whole thing. So then everything starts going wrong, and then there's no happy ending to this. I mean, yeah, there's no happy ending to this. I mean, I feel as though there was some spirits out there other than Bigfoot. I feel like there was something, because at the end of the movie, you seen a shot of something, but it looked like something else. So I'm just wondering if the Bigfoots, I know the Bigfoots are out there, because I always thought there was Bigfoots out there, because I was always fascinated by the Patterson-Gimlin film. But look, I know I'm jumping around, but this is not a review. This is me telling you how much I like this movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So anyway, Bigfoot, The Lost Coast Tapes. Check it out if you get a chance. Maybe you already have, but it's a horror movie, and it came out in 2012. 90 minutes long. God bless, take care, and we'll catch you in the next video. We'll see you.